it's the team that you kind of start building, the group of people that you started to gather around, and they are all in place still. So I will give them big hugs before the game, and then we'll leave it aside. We're gonna get the job done, and then we're gonna give a farewell hug again.
How do you do this move?
Ask his wife.
Wives who know that Olympic low cholesterol milk is just what their husbands deserve to stay fit throughout the day. Olympic milk. Live fit. Live life. Throughout the day.
All right, welcome back. And well, I'm told our man in Brazil, Pt.3, is through to us via phone this time. Let's see if we can get through to Toyin. Hello, Toyin.
Yeah, let me joining you. Unfortunately, I'm in a very noisy place because I'm at the airport now on my way back to Sao Paulo from Porto Alegre. So it's good to join you, of course, tonight. And, of course, especially everybody here happy for the first time since 1998, the Eagles are through to the second round of the World Cup.
All right, you just took the words out of my mouth. We've been able to break the jinx. What can you tell us? All that transpired today, what can you really tell us? The behind the scenes that we can never get to hear.
Yes, it was a difficult game. We said it yesterday on this show that all we needed to do to be absolutely sure of our own case was to get a point of the game. We didn't get the point, but we put up a spirited effort. I think we have to give a lot of credit to the Bosnians for still fighting and getting a win over Iran today. That was just good enough for us. But everybody for the boys put up a good fight. They gave their best. Argentina probably played their best game in so far in this competition. They were relaxed. They had already qualified before this game. So it was a difficult one for training them. But at the end of the day, the result that we got was just good enough for us to go through. Everybody here is happy. Talking about the positives that we see from this game. Ahmed Musa getting himself into goal scoring position and being very clinical. One of the positives. And then you look at this Yubo, Marcelo in the defense and organizing the team quite well. Odeyo, Peter and Yama coming in the bench at first. These are positives that we can see from this game that we can build on going into our last good game. And the feeling here generally is that it will be France, probably France, that will be looking in the second round.
All right. Some have wondered what is happening to Victor Moses. At some point in the game, when we were trailing, some expected that Victor Moses could probably come in. Is there anything you can tell us about the player?
I cannot tell you anything too different from what I said the last time. The last time, Victor Moses said he was injured. He put it on his Twitter account that he had a slight knock and that he was going to be sick for this game. But today he was not even dressed at all. So it's a curious situation with Victor Moses. For tactical reasons, he didn't get to play against Bosnia. And maybe for those reasons again, he wasn't even on the bench for the game against Argentina. I would have thought that at least he would have been on the bench. But they're not having him on the bench at all. It's curious for me. To probably find out why that happened. If it was an injury that kept him out, that maybe that will explain it. But if it wasn't an injury, then that would be something that we need to find out and investigate. But he was not dressed for today's game. He was about Mikel, the game that started for Keshi, and on change lineup from the game that played against Bosnia.
All right, Toy, before we let you go, what next? We have qualified now. I know you're not the coach of the Super Eagles, but of course you would have spoken to him. So what's the next thing on our agenda?
Now we have a second round ticket in the bag. That's good for us. At least we are staying in the competition. What we can do is probably improve our team, look at the weaknesses that we've seen, correct a few things, and then we'll be ready for whatever we look in the second round, probably France. So it's, the feeling there is that, look, the first team may not be too different in terms of the firepower from what we've seen against Argentina. That this game was a good test for us to get our team ready, prepare them for what will be thrown at them in the second round.
All right, Toyi. I'm going to quickly ask you this one. Did you get a feeling that the team, there's a particular opponent that the team would have preferred to meet before they went into the game against Argentina?
At this stage, we don't choose the opponent anymore. If you want us to choose the opponent, we probably set a goal to meet the weaker team in the other group. At this stage, when things are not in your own control or within your own control, you just have to take it as it comes. You're ready to play the best, to be the best. But especially when we lost our game and it was both not victory, but more or less just go through. So we can't choose our opponent. We just have to be ready for whoever serves the group and then pick it up from there. But I think if it is France, whether France, Switzerland, Ecuador, or Honduras, these boys will be ready. I mean, after playing Argentina, who else shouldn't you be ready to play? That's the feeling here. And whoever comes in the second round, I think you will be ready to play.
All right, Toyi, thank you very much. We'll allow you rest, and we hope that you'll be able to join us tomorrow to fill us in with what is happening in the camp of the Super Eagles.
Thank you very much, Remy.
All right, that was our man in Brazil, Toyi, telling us everything that happened in and around that game. And quickly, let me ask you guys, before we leave the issue with Nigeria, I mean, try and pry into the minds of Coach Stephen Keshi. Would there be an opponent, going to the game against Argentina, would there be an opponent you would have loved to meet in the round of 16 if you, from Group E?
If you know there was an opponent you wanted to meet, then you would have done your business
to win that game.
You would have done your business from the very first game.
Okay.
Not this particular game. Because if you go into your final game hoping to change your destiny, trust me, it's not going to work. Against an Argentine team that is, I mean, the kind of thing that we faced today was never going to happen. Okay. If we knew there was a particular opponent that we were gunning for in the second round, then we should have won our first game, won our second game, and
go guns blazing
into the last game. So I don't think that would have changed anything. Like Tony said, at this stage in the competition, the fact that, look, Spain is on the way home. Other bigger teams in quotes are on the way home already, and you are still here. So that counts for something.
All right, Nadi, would you have preferred anybody? We can talk like this now that we're in the round of 16, but now that we're here, with the games currently going on, would you have preferred any of the, which of those teams in Group E would you have preferred?
Well, I don't think, because if you look at playing at this level, nobody expected that Costa Rica would top the group. Because if you're in the group that will play that group, you expect that you want to play, you want to avoid both England, Uruguay, and Italy. So even if you have to change the result from the very first game, you don't know what the other game will bring to the party.
To transpire.
So that's why sometimes you don't make prediction. We know the last time we did this prediction in '98 when we won our first game. The last time we won any game or qualified for the second round, we said we like to play Brazil, but we wanted Denmark in that group. But it was still Denmark that gave us our worst defeat at the World Cup. I'm not particular about the kind of position. I'm saying yes. Anybody that comes your way, you have to play. This is the World Cup. This is not the Nations Cup. This is not the Under-20 World Cup.
If you want to win, you have to play the best teams.
You have to play the best team, and this is the party that every team comes with their best players.
If you have to be the best, you have to beat the best. I guess that's just the way it is. Well, let's move on. Let's move on the show. Let's give you a little update in and around the games currently going on as we speak. I'm very sure it's going to come up on your screen very soon. Switzerland have just gotten another goal, and it's Honduras 0, Switzerland 2. And the game between Ecuador and France, it's still goalless. Tunde, at this point,
no surprises.
At this point, it looks like
no surprises for me at all. I expected Switzerland to do the business against the Honduras team. They were particularly poor against France, shockingly poor. And I think they've reorganized themselves and are now willing to do what is needed in order to progress. But I still maintain that I still don't see how an Ecuador team is going to beat France, a second-string French team. It will be a big shock if they do, but 9 times out of 10 it won't happen. So I think we can confidently say that we will be meeting France in the second round.
All right. You can understand the reason why we're concerned with what's happening in Group E. So we'll fill you in, give you updates as they come, just in case you're not